Yes, people, welcome back to Let's Talk Premier League, or shall I say, Let's Talk F1, because today we're doing a Formula One watch-along. It's a new element, it's a new brand that we're adding to our original football brand. It's Formula One. I'm joined by Sulz and Charles. How are we all doing today?
Yeah, I'm good.
Very good.
I'm excited. Obviously, I'm
summer's day.
Yes,
it's a nice summer's day with F1 on, man. What more could you want?
100%, and it's a bit cold in Imola. That is where we are today. We are in Imola. Obviously, we are in our homes, but they are in Imola. Who we are watching on the TV. If you didn't watch the United show yesterday, you will see that RJ received the first yellow and red card on the channel. He's lucky that it's not a 5-match ban. Lots of dissent coming from him. But that's on our football side. Today is Formula One. I'm excited. There's levels to what we've got for you today. But what I want to talk about first is obviously free practice. We've had free practice 1, 2, and 3. That is how they normally do the weekend. Big up RJ. Hey, all. Hope you are doing well. We are doing very well, RJ. I hope you are well yourself.
Yes,
but yeah,
RJ.
there's free practice 1, there's free practice 2, there's free practice 3. I didn't get the free practice 1 standings, but I have got free practice 2 and 3. This is how they finished on free practice 2. You had Valtteri Bottas first, Hamilton second, Pierre Gasly, Carlos Sainz, Charles Leclerc, Sergio Perez, Yuki Tsunoda, Lando Norris, Antonio Giovinazzi, Lance Stroll. That is how they finished. Max Verstappen broke his drive shaft yesterday, so he actually had to get that fixed by Red Bull. But when it comes to Max Verstappen breaking something on the car and Red Bull being around, they know what they're doing. They do it all very quickly. I remember, I think it was Hungary last year where it was wet and he took the front wing off and some steering rods, and on the start finish rate where they're the starting grid, Red Bull actually had to fix it there, which they did only just in time though. So Max in free practice was 14th, but for all you Max Verstappen fans out there, that's not reflective of his ability or the car, because in free practice 3 he was top with Lando Norris second, Lewis Hamilton third, Sergio Perez 4th, Charles Leclerc 5th, Pierre Gasly 6th, Carlos Sainz 7th, Valtteri Bottas 8th, Fernando Alonso 9th, and Esteban Ocon 10th. It does seem that Daniel Ricciardo is struggling a little bit in the McLaren. He's not really got it under himself at the moment. So we'll have to wait and see what he's doing in.
I mean, he is going up though. He's gone from like second practice to like 18th to like 13th. Yeah. So maybe he'll go from 13th to like 9th.
Yeah, look, a lot of the time with free practice and practice
It's so
sessions,
unpredictable as well.
it is because they're all working on different things. You could be doing race setups, you could be doing quali setups. If you're doing a race setup, you are going to be slower because traditionally lap by lap on a race is slower than a one lap qualifying lap. So there is that to take into account. The layout of Imola is as such. This is the layout of Imola, as you can see here, which I didn't think it was a transparent background, but I like that even more. I love that. That is beautiful. I've worked well there. But as you can see, the start finish straight is right in between mine and Charles' head. And you will go into turn 2 towards me. There's a chicane. That is where turns 2 and 3 and 4 are. It's very close to in that end. Then you go up, and then you go around. There is a DRS activation point. DRS zone 1 is on the start finish straight. So as you come out of turn 18 towards turn 19, which for a Formula 1 car isn't really a turn. It's still quite a straight lap. And that is where you get DRS. For any of you that are new to Formula 1 or just watching it and would like to know what DRS is, DRS is the rear wing. So the rear wing opens and closes, but you can only use them in the DRS activation points. Isn't that right, Sulz?
Yeah, it just gives you a bit more of an advantage in terms of aerodynamics to kind of help you speed up. It's obviously if you're first in the race, you're not allowed to use DRS. It's only if you're second and within, I believe, 10 seconds of the person in front.
No, 1 second.
Oh, 1 second, sorry, yeah. 1 second with the person in front. Obviously, just to kind of help keep the competitive edge going. Obviously, a lot of the aerodynamic rules since 2018 have been changed because they were trying to throw dirty air onto the people behind them. So that's why a lot of these aerodynamic rules have been introduced, just to help drivers have an equal playing field, basically.
Yeah, and with DRS, if you think of the rear wing, I should have got a picture of this really, but the rear wing, imagine the rear wing is just carbon fiber. It's a sort of block. The wind is hitting that. DRS opens that so it's flat, so the air can then just go in between 2 smaller pieces of carbon fiber, and that just allows you to get more pace, allows you to slipstream quicker, and it's
less drag. The worst thing for a car 100%. Is drag, and if you've got drag, you're going to slow down a few seconds. So it's just to help with timings as well. It is a pretty weird and cool concept once you get into it. There's a lot of science behind Formula 1.
Yes, there's plenty of science around Formula 1. Obviously, this track, Imola, is where the fatal crash of not only Ayrton Senna, but Roland Ratzenberger, where they tragically lost their lives in 1994. It was actually Tamburello? Is that how you pronounce it, Sulz? I think it's something.
Tamburello. Yeah,
Tamburello. That's the one. Tamburello. Yes, that's where Senna lost his life in the race in 1994. Michael Schumacher went on to win that race, but obviously, for reasons I think everyone would understand, it wasn't a happy race for anyone to be celebrating. But a lot has come since then. A lot of safety. Sid Watkins. Jackie Stewart, the FIA, Formula One themselves, they've done a lot in terms of safety. I think if we go back to Bahrain last year with Romain Grosjean, where he basically was in a burning inferno for I think 40 seconds he was in there for, and he only suffered burns to his hands and his feet, which is remarkable.
He got very lucky. Yeah, he got very lucky.
Well, yeah, because he went through the barrier and just a massive ball of flames. And the fact that he only came away with minor burns, I think he had to have some skin grafts for his hands.
Yeah.
But to only have some burns on his feet and his hands, that is remarkable. He was in there for a very long time. But obviously today we have got qualifying. Qualifying is in 1 minute 40 seconds. So before we start, let's get some predictions. Sulz, who is going to be your top 3 for today's qualifying session?
Oh, this is tough because I didn't actually watch the testing of the boat because I just didn't have time. But from what I've seen and know, I think it's going to be unfortunately, I do think it's going to be Hamilton in the top 3. But I'm backing my guy Verstappen all the way, and I'm just going to back another one just because I said Hamilton. I'm going to go Lando Norris for me. I'm just doing it just to balance myself out and not make myself vomit. So.
For me, I actually think it's going to be Max Verstappen first, Lewis Hamilton second, with Lando third.
Oh, you wanted it in order? You want it in order?
Oh yeah. Well,
all right.
Mate,
Verstappen, Verstappen, Hamilton, and then Lando. I just thought you wanted the top 3. Just who you
of course, I wanted in order.
All right.
Sulz, who do you think is going to be in the top 3 in the Premier League? I think it will be Arsenal, United, City.
No, but when
I think, and then in order, like. Of course, I want it in order, Sulz. Yeah. Oh dear. The first gag of the day. But Charles, obviously, I'm not sure if you'll know who to predict, but who do you want to see in the top 3?
I'm fuming because I was literally going to pick Sulz's choices. My choices were literally Hamilton, Verstappen, and Norris. But I think Verstappen will clinch it. It'll be close, but I think he'll clinch it. Hamilton second, and then. I mean, I would like Lando Norris to be second, but Hamilton has been pretty unstoppable recently. So I'm going to say Hamilton second and then Lando Norris. But with a doubt that Lando Norris can come second.
Yeah. First on track, I've got the driver tracker as well, so I can actually see them on the track at the moment. Quali has started. It's 18 minutes qualifying for Quali Q1, where the bottom 6 will be eliminated. They will take no further part in qualifying. The first 2 out on track is Mick Schumacher and Nikita Mazepin, or as I like to call Dickhead. We do not. I think a lot of people, especially on Twitter, share the same view. Nikita Mazepin is a disgusting bastard. Who I believe was it touched up a girl without her permission, something along them lines. He's a dirty bastard. Is basically Nikita Mazepin. He's still allowed within Formula One, which I don't agree with. But
was it proved though? Was it proved and he's still allowed?
Yeah, he put a video on Instagram.
Oh, okay. No, I don't know about this, and I've not really looked.
No, he put it on Instagram.
No, sorry, if it's allegations, then yeah, I can understand why he's still there. But if it's been proven, then I agree. Yeah, I don't know why he's still there.
It's disgusting. But we're watching Mick Schumacher, obviously the son of Michael Schumacher. He's going into turns 17 and 18 now. I presume we're all roughly around the same place.
Yeah.
What time are you on? I'm on 16 minutes now.
I'm about 20 seconds behind, but it's fine.
I'm on 15:30.
Okay, that's cool. So Charles about 30 seconds ahead of me.
So I'm 10 seconds ahead of Charles. Yeah, I'm on 16:10 now.
Oh yeah. She was on 15:30, so she's ahead of both of us. But Schumacher coming into.
He kind of just cut the corner. He kind of just came across the corner.
They'll probably all do that. Schumacher obviously setting a purple sector 1, but no other drivers have been out yet. George Russell and Antonio Giovinazzi, Lance Stroll.
He's on
Vettel
turn 19 now. Schumacher's time is 1 minute 16.
Yeah,
right, you're well ahead. You're well ahead of me.
All right, so Schumacher is, for me, coming into the last 2 corners now. He's hitting turn 17 and 18. He's going to floor it. He gets a little bit of gravel out of turn 18, round turn 19, across the start-finish straight, with a time of 1 minute 16.806. Schumacher is in the lead at the moment. Nikita Mazepin has, on the driver tracker at least, has sent out a lap of a 1 minute 17.8, so a full second behind his teammate Mick Schumacher. Lots of drivers out on track right now. It's George Russell is going to have clean air, but we've got so George Russell has got clean airs. He starts his lap now, according to my driver tracker.
What was that? Something just sparked from the back of the car, like literally.
Oh, that's normal. That's the floor of the car hitting the concrete
Jesus
or the
Christ.
turbs.
I thought someone was setting fireworks off. I was about to be like, "This is so cool! Like fireworks at a car. Let's go."
Not quite. Not quite.
I mean, if RG is still in the chat, this is a Rocket League where that stuff does happen.
Yeah.
Okay,
now, with Schumacher's lap, other than that one corner where he kind of cut it, I thought it was a clean lap. Really good lap.
To be
good
fair,
line.
it really was.
There's lots of gravel out of turn 18 there. Not sure what that's about. Sorry to cut in. I saw lots of sort of gravel, sort of the air within the gravel sort of pump up, but we're on board with Sebastian Vettel. He goes through the chicane. He's going into turn something. I think it's turn 5 or 6. George Russell has posted a time of 1:17.646. He is second, but Lance Stroll with a time of 1 minute 09. There's a yellow flag. Sebastian Vettel goes wide into the chicane.
Yeah. To Sonder's out.
Oh, Yuki Tsunoda. Red flag.
Yeah.
There's a red flag in qualifying at the moment.
His car's completely smashed up.
All right,
he's out.
That's the thing. The thing with Imola. The back end of his car looks a bit of a mess. The thing with Imola, and this is a perfect time to actually talk about it. It's one of these old school tracks, which means you can't make a mistake. You make a mistake, you're going to hit a wall. Yuki Tsunoda has found a wall.
You know, this is the thing though. This is like one of the quickest laps in terms of just having a lot of straights, and I think this is where driver skill is really important. You can't get overexcited, and that's what the problem with Imola is. Too many drivers get too, and the thing is that they're kind of trained to do this, and this is kind of where I disagree with the F1, where they need. I think this is where a patience is needed. You can't go into a turn at 300 miles per hour and expect not to hit a wall.
Yeah, 100%. Totally agree with you. I also believe I got it wrong. I think it may be the bottom 4 that go out quite at Q1 if they don't qualify. I'm not sure. Some comments here.
That's really...
Big up to Velvishwan. Big yourself in the chat. And Niall is so creative with these original ideas. Yes, I am. But hey, look, F1, I know the brand F1 is copyrighted, but I believe Watchalongs are not. So I checked, but no, F1, I'm a huge F1 fan. I've been watching F1. I used to watch it with my dad and my mum, when I still lived at home. I think I watched my first race when I was age 5.
Jesus.
So I've been into Formula 1 for about 21 years. No, 24. It'll be 21 this year. Not that I'm impressed with my age. I feel like I'm 92. But yeah, there is a red flag. Currently, only 5 drivers with current lap times at the moment. Lance Stroll with a 1:16.0.
Oh my God. When you see this in a second, you're going to see the back end, like the wheel is just hanging there, like it's like a fish out of water. It's like, hey, I'm here. But like that, I didn't. I thought it just crushed the back there. I didn't think it had done that much damage underneath with the wheels.
With how these cars are very fragile, so one little hit of a wall, you're gonna cause quite a substantial amount of damage.
Carbon is good, like for race cars, but the problem with it is it's just too fragile. Hence why you don't see many fully carbon cars, and you have to mix it with metal.
Yeah. And, so, does he have another car he can race with?
Nope. So what will happen is AlphaTauri are gonna have a long night. FYI, they're not sleeping today because they're gonna have to remake that. They'll have certain elements pre-made. But
Newcastle!
Have you seen it? Have you seen it being carried away?
Yeah, the wheel is done.
Just an update on the Premier League. Newcastle taking the lead. I think they gave it to St. Maximin, where it could be an Ogbonna own goal.
It's own goal, Diop own goal.
Oh, Diop, sorry, yeah.
So yeah, basically what's happened with the crash is into turn 14 and 15, the chicane, at the top end of the track, just before the last part. He's hit the curbs. He's swung the back end. The back end's gone into the wall with quite some pace, and the back end is now completely done.
He touched the brakes at the wrong time.
Yeah, 100%. A big up to Sean Dyche in the chat. My centre backs are faster than the Fords racing out there. I don't know if I agree with you there, Sean, but I hope you are. I hope you're having a good day. For anyone watching, I do know that's not the real Sean Dyche, but we do appreciate the support from the Burnley manager, of course.
Every little helps.
Absolutely. Also, big up to a new subscriber we got today. I was notified. I appreciate all of your support. But as I said, there was 5 drivers that made laps in Q1 so far. That's Lance Stroll first with a 1:16.0. Kimi Räikkönen with a 1:16.1 in second. Third is Mick Schumacher with a 1:16.8. George Russell with a 1:17.6, and Nikita Mazepin, aka Dickhead, is a 1:17.8. So that is the 5 drivers out there so far. Yuki Tsunoda is absolutely fine. Just to FYI, he's 100% fine. Just probably a little bit annoyed, mainly by himself. If I think about it.
Oh yeah, that was driver error. That was all driver error there. Yeah,
he's storming straight out the back, and he knows what he's done. Look, it happens to the best of us. He is only a rookie. We must make that very clear. He is only a rookie.
He'll learn. The only way you learn is making mistakes, and you make mistakes, you won't do it again. So once it's a question, because I'm a rookie at F1.
Yes.
Will the session resume once they've got rid of all the debris?
Yeah. So with the red flag, it stops the session at the time of the red flag. So it stopped the session at 12 minutes 01. And basically they'll clear the circuit, and they'll get onto it. They'll get onto clearing it, and then the cars will go back out with 12 minutes left. But people have to be aware with Imola, get your lap in quick, because if it happens with 2 minutes left, so let's say you're on a flying lap and there's 2 minutes to go, and there's a crash and a red flag, you will not have time to complete your out lap and your qualifying lap, which would mean that you'd have to either be taking your old lap time or set no time at all and start at the back of the grid. So Imola is very difficult.
So there's 2 common flags. So you'll either get the yellow flag, which is a safety car, which just means basically you just keep going around and around, completing your laps behind the safety car, no overtakes allowed. You hold your positions, and then once everything is safe, that's mainly if people go off track and there's not a major incident. And then obviously red flag is what you see now. And then very rarely, I think it's a black flag, but that's a very, very dangerous situation. That's where the race is called off. The race doesn't go ahead. At that point, they just stop it all. But that rarely ever happens.
Yeah, 100%. with that as well, the yellow flag. If it's a yellow flag on its own, that means beware. You may need to slow down. If it's a double waved yellow, that means be prepared to stop. If it's a yellow flag with a board saying SC, or that means safety car. But you also get a board now with the yellow flag, which is a VSC, which is virtual safety car, which means you have to apply to a set delta time. You cannot go above that delta time, else you will be punished. Says there's that as well. That people may want to be aware of.
Oh my days!
Well.
Newcastle 2. Joe Linton scored. He's back on form,
Jesus.
isn't he?
They're playing West Ham, aren't they?
Yeah, this is mad.
Oh my!
West Ham got a red card, but I don't know who got sent off.
I'm officially.
Thank you, Jesus. This is actually helping me. Thank you very much. Chelsea have got to play Brighton. Thank you very much.
I'm now David David Moyes out. I'm joking.
Hold on.
Craig Dawson got a red card.
Goes from bad to worse, but qualifying has been resumed. Well, is going to be resumed. I saw there's some drivers waiting at the end of the pit lane ready, so they must nearly be ready to start. As we have a look, I'm going to put on Max Verstappen's sector time with, I think, George Russell. No, I want Max Verstappen and I want Lewis Hamilton. That is the two we're looking. So I can see the two drivers. They are out. They are into the track.
We've got Verstappen, Perez,
Leclerc.
Who else?
Esteban Ocon, Fernando Alonso, Daniel Ricciardo, Latifi,
Perez,
George Russell, Valtteri Bottas, Lewis Hamilton. There's some more behind him as well. Carlos Sainz, Pierre Gasly, Kimi Raikkonen, Giovinazzi, Nikita Mazepin's gone out again. So they're all coming out. Max Verstappen is going to be slowing down a little bit, but he's currently stuck behind. He's slowing right down. He's allowing Carlos Sainz to go a little bit ahead of him, according to my driver tracker. And I will be able to tell you where they end. A quick comment before we get into this lap. Breaking news, Burnley have agreed to sign Ollie Ball from TikTok for a fee of 80 million. Here we go. Personal terms have been agreed, and he is looking forward to working under yours truly. We love to see that. Big up to yourself, Sean Dyche. You're doing the business. 80 million pounds for Ollie Ball seems legit to me. A big up to Daniel in the comments. Big up the panel. How is everyone? We are all well. But Max Verstappen has started his lap. He's going into turn 4. Go on, Max. You show him, boy. If anyone didn't realise, I do love a little bit, Max.
We've got 10 minutes to go. We're into the under 10. We're now under 10 minutes left.
Yeah. Well, I've got 10 seconds until I reach that stage.
I'm on 9:30 now.
Max Verstappen. Come on, Max. They're showing Sergio Perez. So whilst they show Sergio Perez, I will look at Max Verstappen. Lots of traffic. All the cars are out at the moment. Is Max is going to get caught up by the McLaren of Lando Norris? It looks like a bit of dirty air. Max has set a purple sector 2, but Lewis with a purple sector 1. And Max
Verstappen's just gone to the lead. 1:15.109.
That is mega.
Leclerc goes into seconds. Ocon is in third right now. Hamilton hasn't finished yet. Ricciardo with 1:15.706. So he goes into fourth.
I'm curious to see what Perez does. He seems to be having a very good lap.
No, Ricciardo's in fifth now.
Perez actually.
But Bottas
Yeah,
is
that's
in
what I was
first.
thinking. Yeah, he had a very good lap. Yeah, Leclerc's taken over.
Bottas.
I'm a bit behind. So
Oh wow! Hamilton
think-
is third. Bottas and Verstappen go ahead of him.
Right. Yeah, it looks like Perez bottled his lap. Looks like he bottled his lap. He didn't do it. Bottas with a 1:14.9, Max Verstappen with a 1:15.1, and Lewis Hamilton with a 1:15.186. There is 260 tenths, 100 tenths of a second. Lando Norris has gone second with a 1:15.0. What a lap from Lando. What a lap from Lando.
I said I wanted him second. Yes, Norris.
Well, this is Q1. This is Q1. So he's still got they've got qualifying 2 and qualifying 3. It's split into 3 segments.
Yeah, no. I know that. But all I'm saying is I'm happy right now because
let's not burst the bubble. Let's not burst the bubble.
Hamilton's not in the top 3. Like Leclerc is 5th. Verstappen is 3rd, Norris is 2nd, and Bottas is 1st. What? I'm buzzing. Sorry, Hamilton. I'll see you later.
Verstappen's gone out to do another lap by the looks of it. Verstappen's going to do another lap. Some comments here. Daniel saying Newcastle are 2-0 up, by the way. We know. I'm shocked. Sean Dyche, while we're at it, we'll take Tammy Abraham from Chelsea to partner Chris Wood. I think they'll be keen for that. I think they'll be very keen for that.
Absolutely. I'm giving you away Tammy Abraham. Take him.
He needs a team like that, Sean. How much for Tammy Abraham, Daniel? 30 million. Crikey, that's asking a lot. But Sean Dyche apparently agrees to 30 million, which we do love to see. That's sorted. That is sorted. Tammy Abraham, you heard it here first. Tammy Abraham is going to Burnley for £30 million. Don't quote me on that. Daniel saying Hamilton will come out of nowhere. Apparently, Hamilton will come out of nowhere.
I'd like to see that, but I mean, I'm just guys, just let me enjoy the fact that Lando Norris is 2nd.
Oh, I'm loving it. I'm loving it. Sergio Perez goes 5th with a 1:15.3 in Q1. There's 6 minutes left on Q1.
Do you know what? Yeah, Sergio Perez is looking good.
Yeah.
You know what? Red Bull could have a really good weekend, They could have a really good race point weekend.
And Red Bull needed this. They needed a second driver who can fight with Verstappen, because a lot of the time it was 2v1. Normally in a 2v1 battle, it's very difficult to win. But with a 2v2 battle, that makes it a little bit more different. And Hamilton goes up to 2nd with a 1:14.9. Latifi has had a lap time deleted for track limits into turn 16. His lap time has been deleted. So that is that for him. He'll have to go out and set another lap if he's to try and get out of Q1. Currently, he is ahead of George Russell, which is not great for George. Remember, George Russell.
I see why it got deleted now. Yeah.
Track limits. George Russell's never been out-qualified by a teammate. Is this week going to be the week where George Russell is out-qualified by his teammate? Chris saying, big up the panel. Everyone in the chat thought I'd tune in as it's halftime in my local town, Carlisle versus Port Vale. I've got F1 on at the same time. Absolutely. Harry saying, Chelsea, please sign me.
Harry, we'll take you.
Harry, you were in the United show last night asking them to buy you. Yeah.
Whoa. No. We're not having this. It's either Chelsea or Man United. You make the decision. Chelsea can offer you money.
He's desperate.
Chelsea can offer you money and a title next season. I'm just saying.
I think United could almost offer. If United buy some decent players, they could almost do the same.
Except for the money.
Well, no, they've got money. They do have.
Yeah, I know, but you have Ed Woodwards.
No, but
No, I don't have. I personally don't have Ed
No.
Woodward.
I said they. I said they.
Oh, I
not
thought you said me. I have Simon Hallett.
Mhm.
He's also a legend. Simon is a brilliant chairman.
Oh, no, I'm not.
Don't forget they gave Sanchez 500k a week. I'm sure they can splash a little bit on Harry Kane.
Niall coming up with original ideas, just brilliant. Absolutely. What's the latest score, Chris? 0-0 is what Chris is saying. Jose is telling Harry to get back to training right now. Jose, you don't control.
This is so
Jose has lost the dressing room. His players are on YouTube instead of doing training.
It's half time. It's half time, and it's 2-0.
I mean, I don't blame Harry Kane. This is more entertaining than the training session Jose puts on.
I'm not gonna lie. Did anyone see the interview last night where bloody everyone asked him about the Paul Pogba interview?
And he's like, I
couldn't care less. I literally couldn't care less what he says, and I'm like, Paul Pogba has all this energy to trash Jose, and Jose's just got to be like, I just don't give a shit. I really don't.
Yeah.
Like
Jose's he's struggling at the moment. In that right, Jose? Anyway, Jose, what did you think of the interview? Put in the comments and we'll put it up. We'll see if Sky Sports recognise us as a channel. They'll be like, whoa, Jose's coming in on this Let's Talk F1 channel. Let's go talk to him. But at the moment, the top three are Bottas, Hamilton, Norris. But this is only Q1. 2 minutes of the session left, which is mad. Harry has put, shut up, boss. Your tactics are atrocious. They should call Spurs Kane FC. I agree with that, to be fair. If you think there's only really one player everyone knows from Spurs, isn't there? Although Sulz has different names.
Actually, let's not disrespect Son. Like, that's a bit.
Yeah, Son and Kane have literally been carrying Spurs on their back for so long.
Son is still. I feel Son is still recovering in hospital after that atrocious tackle last week. I hope he's okay.
Yes. We'll get an update soon from the.
Is Harry Kane actually okay? Because he picked up an injury last night.
Well, I think it could be a broken metatarsal. Because he was holding the top of his foot a lot, and he was in a lot of pain.
And he was really limped off.
Yeah, if it's a broken metatarsal, that is a long time out. Wayne Rooney suffered one of them, I believe.
Harry Kane, if you can answer me, did you break your metatarsal? For letting me know.
Love to see it. Daniel saying
driver at risk. Driver at risk.
Yeah.
Kimi
Räikkönen will be driver. Oh no, it'll be Antonio Giovinazzi.
Yeah, that's what
Jose is saying I'm bigger than Spurs.
Oh god, he's only got 23 seconds left.
Yeah, he should be okay. Currently on outlaps is almost everyone.
He's got 10 seconds left.
Yeah, but he can set a time. He can set a time after, so he only has to cross the start-finish line onto his qualifying fast lap to be able to set the lap. And anyone that crosses after that isn't going to be available to set their time. Esteban Ocon is currently 10th. The checkered flag is out, so any time set now is your final times. At the moment, Kimi Räikkönen, Mick Schumacher, Nicolas Latifi, Nikita Mazepin, and Yuki Tsunoda are the bottom 5. They will be eliminated if none of them set a good time. Obviously, Yuki Tsunoda will not be able to set a time. His car is currently in a lot of issues.
Ocon's just gone to 5th place. Esteban
Big up
Ocon.
to Esteban Ocon. That's a good lap for him. 1:15.3. Lewis has bettered his time. He's set a 1:14.8. So at the moment, Valtteri Bottas will be first in Q1 at the moment. We await to see if Max can do anything. If he's even out on the track, I don't even know if he's on the track.
He's on the track, I believe. Is he?
Not on the drive. No, he's not on the driver tracker. He's not on the
No,
driver
he's
track.
not. He's
So
not.
Max is going to be P4 in Q1. Don't forget there's Q's qualifying 2 and qualifying 3. Vettel, who sets a lap, he goes to 9th with a 1:15.4. What can Kimi Raikkonen do? Kimi Raikkonen is the driver at risk. George Russell, currently 16th. He will be out of Q1. What can George Russell do? George Russell goes 14th with a 1:15.8. Kimi Raikkonen, Antonio Giovinazzi, Mick Schumacher, Nikita Mazepin, and Yuki Tsunoda are out of Q1. Giovinazzi set a time, but it was not quick enough. So the top 5 is currently Valtteri Bottas, Lewis Hamilton, Lando Norris, Max Verstappen, and Esteban Ocon are your top 5. The bottom 5 and eliminated from Q1 is Kimi Raikkonen, Antonio Giovinazzi, Mick Schumacher, Nikita Mazepin, and Yuki Tsunoda. So, guys, we've had Q1. Sulz, we'll start with you. What's your thoughts on Q1?
Yeah, they're not going to push themselves. I think they're going to be quicker lap times in Q3. That's when the qualifiers really start. No surprises, really. I think everyone who's expected to qualify has qualified. Some of the positionings you don't need to look too deeply into because they're not going to push their vehicles too hard up until Q3, unless they absolutely have to in Q2. Q2 and Q3 is when it really heats up. So it's a good race, and I think I was impressed with Perez actually, because I thought he had a really good laps.
Yeah, he set a 1:15.3, 200 tenths of a second off Max Verstappen. The surprise for me is that Nicholas Latifi in Q1 is 12th with a 1:15.6, and George Russell 14th with a 1:15.8. So in theory, George Russell never been beaten by a teammate. Actually could be out-qualified by Nicholas Latifi at Imola at the Emilia Romagna. I think I said that right. Emilia Romagna, round 2 of the FIA Formula 1 World Championship, round 2 at Imola, which is shocking. Some comments here. Harry saying, I am fine, Charlotte. I faked the injury, so I won't play for Spurs for the rest of the season.
That's a fab answer.
Daniel saying F1 qualification is so long. I love it. I love watching all these cars go at anger, because that's what Formula 1 qualifying is about. It's about riding that car in anger on the track. It's beautiful to see. Jose saying, I couldn't care less about the press conference. I am a superior manager than Pep Klopp and Ancelotti. Chris saying, fair play to Williams. I'm not shocked by Russell, but I'm shocked by Latifi into Q2, as am I. Big up to Williams doing it. Big up Williams doing a very good job getting out of Q1 with both cars into Q2, which is very good. Obviously, last year they sold the family business. It was owned by Frank Williams, run by Claire Williams. They sold it to I think an American business owner, but they've decided to keep the name, keep the tradition. So big up to Williams doing a great job. Jose saying, who said Mount will start for me? I'd rather have Eze over him. That's a bit disrespectful, Jose. Anyway, Jose, you wouldn't know what to do with an attacking player if it bit you on the ass. That's that. If you, Jose, if you had Mason Mount, Mo Salah, and Rashford with Harry Kane up top, you'd have a nosebleed. That's far too much attack. Jose, do you want to get timed out? No Mason Mount hate here.
No, he wouldn't get a nosebleed. He'd just put them in centre back. That works.
Yeah, all playing centre back. Jose saying no, he doesn't want to get timed out. Love to see it. Air temperature is 14 degrees. Humidity is 37%. So it's quite an interesting one. All sponsored by Rolex is Formula 1. They They always get good ones. Jose saying, I have Ndombele. Sorry, I meant Ndombele, not belly. It's a bit rude there, Jose. Make sure Ndombele doesn't see that, mate. But yeah, obviously, I've just shown Yuki Tsunoda's crash at the moment. When I say crash, I mean driver error and smashes back end into the tyres. But his car is no more. They are preparing for Q2. Sulz, who do you think will get through? Who do you think will be knocked out in Q2?
Oh, I need to see who's through again. Is there a way to bring the list up because I've forgotten who got knocked out?
So knocked out is Kimi Raikkonen, Antonio Giovinazzi, Mick Schumacher, Nikita Mazepin, and Yuki Tsunoda. I believe if you go on their Twitter page, if you go onto Formula One Twitter, it will be on there, I believe, at the moment. I think knocked out will be Fernando Alonso, George Russell, Nicholas Latifi. Then it gets a bit close. I think they're the obvious ones. I mean, Daniel Ricciardo could get knocked out of Q2 quite easily, I think. Possibly Gasly. Maybe Gasly could get knocked out. I think everyone else should make it through. Esteban Ocon seems to be doing a good job. Harry Kane saying Ndombele speaks more sense than you, boss. Chris saying Tsunoda will have a good race tomorrow. Trust me, he's so talented. I agree, he's talented, but he needs to calm down. Like, he's a good driver. He just needs to calm down. I sense with him that he's trying to impress, trying to do very well there. I just think calm down. Just calm. That's what I think. We're assembling a great panel for you tomorrow. That is a fact. Sulz will be watching. I believe it's some team called Arsenal, isn't it, Sulz?
Oh,
Yeah. That team. Yeah, that team.
Yeah, some small team in London. I think they play in red. Obviously,
like the F1.
Yeah, obviously, Unai Emery is bigger than Arsenal. Isn't that right?
Can you imagine if Unai Emery knocks them out?
Oh my god!
The amount of banter I'm going to give them.
FYI, I'm milking the semi-finals. We'll have previews of Chelsea, Real Madrid, and Actually, won't have a preview of City. They have no fans. But we'll also have previews of Unai Emery versus Mikel Arteta and Roma versus United. So we'll have all of them for you as well. Velvishwan saying, "What did I just walk into? Why are Harry and Joking in the chat?" Basically, Velvishwan. They have some issues and they need us to moderate it. They don't trust the actual media. They trust us. So me, Sulz, and Charlotte, we're just moderating them. We're moderators, aren't we, Sulz?
Yeah, we're just making sure we squash the beef. Obviously, we don't want King to leave a bad legacy at Spurs, or Cock and Ball as they know, or Dog and Ball now, as they're going to be known. We're trying to repair the relationship. I mean, I couldn't give a shit if Spurs went down, but I don't want to see the Spurs fans cry too much.
Q2 has started now. They have 14 minutes in Q2 to save themselves and get into Q3. Currently on track is Latifi, Gasly, Bottas, Hamilton, Verstappen, Sebastian Vettel, Lance Stroll, and George Russell. Sulz, who do you think will top Q2 then?
Yeah, it's the 6 that go through, don't they? I think 10. The ones that are going to go through: Hamilton, Bottas, Verstappen, Perez, Leclerc, and Norris.
And then the other 4, because it's 10 that go through.
Is it 10? I thought it was 6. Oh, 6.
No, 5 get eliminated in Qs 1 and 2. Then it's
10 car knockout. Ooh, who else goes through? Sainz, I think, will go through.
Mm-hmm.
How many of us have said? And then
you've said 7. 3 more.
Ricardo.
Mm-hmm.
And Lance Stroll and Vettel.
That's a shout. Some comments here before we're watching Bottas on his lap. He's gone through the chicane into turn 4 up to turn 5. He's going up to turn. Oh no, he's going into a chicane now. My mistake. Was there 2 chicanes? No, it's 2 chicanes. So up to turn 7 as he goes up the hill into turn 8. He will hit the brakes, not too much, so hits the brakes, go round turn 10, down to turn 11, straight onto the brakes into turn 11 and to turn 12. Using the curves beautifully into turn 13. Now he's going to go
purple. Sector 1, I think.
Yeah, sector 1, turn 15, 14 and 15. He gets onto a curb, so he should be okay with that as he goes down the hill into turn 16, and then into turn 18 now. And then he'll go through, he beautifully does that, into turn 19, which is straight for a Formula 1 car, basically. Bottas goes top with a 115.3. Max Verstappen with a purple sector 1. Lewis is first with a 114.8 is Lewis Hamilton. And Max Verstappen
will do it.
Verstappen with a 114.88, so 16.7 of a second behind Lewis Hamilton. Some comments here. Second half started for Newcastle versus Lingard FC. Chris saying I have to go now. Second half kicked off in Carlisle game. Enjoy rest of the stream. Big up the panel and everyone in the chat. Big up to yourself, Chris. A huge supporter of the channel. I can beef with who I want, Velvishwan, is what Jose's saying. And Harry saying I'm leaving, boss, and you cannot stop me. We love it. And Velvishwan is saying, for fuck's sake, Jose. I have no idea who's controlling Harry Kane or Jose's accounts, but whoever it is, big up to yourselves. It does make us chuckle slightly.
I just need Lando Norris. I just need Lando Norris to like.
Yeah, he's on the track. He's currently in a bit of.
He's on his out lap.
Yeah, he's currently on a bit of traffic. What they'll do is they'll sort of congregate at the chicane, allow everyone to get as much space as possible. Lando is now behind. Perez has overtaken Carlos Sainz. There's a little bit of traffic towards turn 17 and 18 at the moment, so bit of handbags there. Currently the top 5 is Hamilton first, Verstappen second, Bottas third, Perez fourth, Stroll fifth. Alonso goes up to 7th with a 115.9. Lando is now.
I actually do think Verstappen's going to win this race. You know.
So do I. I think that a lot. Currently watching Lando Norris as he's doing a good job. I'm liking this. I'm liking Lando. Doing a very good job. Lando is. I can watch. So for anyone wondering what I'm actually looking at, I'm looking at that. So I can see when he's applying the brake, the throttle, everything, boys.
That's actually sick, you know.
Yeah.
I didn't know they did that.
All you need is F1 TV, and it only costs you $229 a month. And with that, you get to watch any Formula 1 race from the archives, so any Formula 1 race, and you get live trackers, which will be really helpful for tomorrow when we do the race. A brilliant panel set up for that as well, as I mentioned.
Come on, Norris.
Lando is coming on to a start-finish straight. He's into gear 7. DRS is open.
Come on,
Lando Norris goes top. Holy shit.
What a race, you know.
Holy
I
shit.
love that.
Lando
I love that.
with
Everyone
a 114.7.
I love that. Literally, everyone just went, ooh, as he just qualified.
Wow. Whoa. 100/10 of a second over Lewis Hamilton. Fuck me, Lando. What a lap.
Go on,
What
son.
a lap from Lando. What a lap. That is mad. That is crazy. Whew. So Lando top 5 is currently and Charles Leclerc 4th with a 114.9. Bottas is currently 5th and Perez 6th. So Ferrari have actually delivered quite a fairly decent car at the moment. So
Ricardo's looking at getting eliminated.
Yeah, Ricardo is struggling. Ricardo down in 11th at the moment with a 115.6.
Along with Alonso, Ocon.
Bottas set fastest sector 1 and sector 2. Yeah.
Lando Norris is on softs and Hamilton and Verstappen are on mediums. So I wouldn't read too much into this lap time.
Oh no,
if they're on soft, they're obliterating that.
Oh no, I know that, but still a brilliant lap from Lando.
Yeah,
I must admit, I didn't even look at the tires they're on. Oh yeah, we probably should explain tires to the people watching as well. Soft are the fastest tires. Medium is they're the average one, and you have hards. They're the hard ones, obviously. Very slow. Much slower compared to the softs.
They serve different purposes for different races. So just because they're slower doesn't mean they're shit. It just means different points of different races. You need different tires because it's about pit strategy. So obviously, the harder the compound, the more you can get out of it. So even though they're slow, in theory, you could be more ahead. But it's about that balance, and that's and that's the thing. Like I'm not an expert with all this pit stuff, but I do kind of understand the strategy sometimes. But I'm not an expert at it.
Yeah, no, that's fair. So I'm just had to reply back to my father. Just getting live timings now. Just getting it all back up again. Out and out Gunners podcast. Any score, lads? Not yet. It depends on what you want the score for. Plymouth still
Newcastle are 2-0
being 3-0 down. Oh, Plymouth can go fuck themselves. I'm done with their shit. They can come back to me next season when they actually learn how to play football. We're not getting relegated, not getting promoted. They can do what they want. I'm more interested in the Formula One than Argyle at the moment. Argyle can do what the hell they like. I couldn't give less of a shit. I'm fuming with them. The defense needs sorting out as well. But Q2 with 4 minutes left on the clock. Currently, Daniel Ricciardo, Fernando Alonso, Esteban Ocon, Nicolas Latifi, and Sebastian Vettel all going out. But George Russell 10th. Does anyone think George Russell can sneak into the top 10?
Maybe. I don't know. I don't know. It depends. Like, as far as I'm concerned, he could. But then there's a chance that, like,
the bit I want to say is he set that on the medium tire. Everyone but Nicolas Latifi set theirs on soft. That Williams is looking good. Very good. Latifi has gone out on a set of softs. So George Russell is now 11th at the moment. Vettel setting 115.3 going into 7th.
That's the only one where I think Russell might be knocked out from was Vettel.
Well, he set his lap time on a medium. So if he chucks a pair of softs on, he could, in theory, do a lot better. Is he out there yet? No, he's not on the driver tracker yet. Not that I can see of, anyway. It might be. No,
you're gonna see soft for Q3 because it's been no rain, good temperature anyway. So
Russell has now gone out on a set of softs. So Russell has now come out the pit lane. He is on a set of softs. We'll keep an eye on that battle there. As I said, at the moment, currently, Lando Norris top with a 114.7, Hamilton second with a 114.8, Verstappen with a 114.8, and Bottas with a 114.9. Leclerc with a 114.9 as well. But at the moment, the bottom 5 are George Russell, Daniel Ricciardo, Fernando Alonso, Esteban Ocon, and Nicolas Latifi. they are the player, well, they're the drivers that could be knocked out of Q1. But Russell set that lap on a set of mediums with a Williams, which is remarkable, really.
Yeah.
Judging from where that Williams has been the past few years, to be on the cusp of getting into Q3 is absolutely fucking mega. Like that's what we love to see. Williams obviously a huge history with Formula One. Nicholas Latifi not looking like he's going to be doing an awful lot, but he has chucked on a set of softs. We'll see what he can do. We'll keep an eye on the bottom 5. We'll see who gets knocked out.
Yeah, because Pierre Gasly could be the one that gets out.
Well, he's driver at Reskin. He's currently 10th. It would take a mega lap from George, but to be setting that lap time on the mediums in a Williams, now he's chucked a set of softs on.
Yeah.
Can you imagine? He could do it, like especially when he was doing it on mediums. Like all it takes is the softs to get that extra speed, and he could actually improve his time.
We'll keep an eye on that because that'll be interesting to see. Latifi setting his quickest sector 1 at the moment. Mega for him.
My prediction still stands for the qualifying, because if you think about Norris, like he set that really quickly. Hamilton needs a perfect, and Verstappen both need perfect lap.
Perez has gone ahead. Perez has gone ahead with 1.14716.
Yes,
Perez is having
0.002 tenths of a second behind Lando. Oh, in front Lando. That's close.
I just hope Sergio Perez brings this into the actual race because he always does good in qualifying and then he disappoints me.
Yeah. No, I totally agree.
The only reason I think Verstappen's winning this race is because his aggressive style on a track like this just works wonders.
I will say that he's never had good luck in Italy. It's one of the countries he's never had good luck in. So that'll be a shame.
He's experienced doing it. So
Ocon goes 8th with a 1:15.1. Alonso doesn't improve, and Alonso is out of Q1. Leclerc goes 3rd with a 1:14.8.
Yeah, Hamilton is now 4th.
Ricciardo with a 1:15.0. At the moment, George Russell needs a big lap. Carlos Sainz is out of Q1, as is George Russell. George Russell and Carlos Sainz are out of Q1, Q2, I shall say. Which means at the moment, I believe Latifi set his lap right. Oh no, he's setting another lap. I'll keep an eye on Latifi at the moment. Latifi has set his lap. So for another week running, George Russell has out-qualified his teammate. George Russell will start the race 12th behind Carlos Sainz. How much of a surprise is it that Carlos Sainz is at Q1, guys? Q2?
Big surprise.
Yeah, I was shocked, to be honest. But
I'm
rewatching his lap now, and it's just it's not the greatest run he's had.
Bit messy, I'm guessing.
Yeah, it was a little bit, a lot, but that's just me being nice.
But you know what, though? I think Ferraris this year do look a little bit better in terms of their cars. He can pull this back, I think, in the race. It's not all doom and gloom. It's just it's going to be tough for him to get a top 5 finish now, especially being that much behind. It's not a good thing for Ferrari at the minute.
But the positives is Leclerc 3rd. So, guys, top 3 currently Perez, Norris, Leclerc. Now, the interesting bit is Hamilton went out on a set of softs and has qualified 4th in Q2. That's a bit of a surprise. Do you think this could be the qualifying where Lewis might not even make top 3? Because Lando looks very strong in that McLaren. He looked very strong in practice 2 as well. Perez is looking very strong. Leclerc's looking quite strong. Verstappen, I'm sure, will pull it out of the bag. Lewis obviously has that ability to pull it out of the bag. But do you think we could see the first qualifying where Lewis ain't even in the top 3? Is that a possibility?
I think so, yeah. I think so. And it's not because Lewis isn't good, but unfortunately, the top 3 at the minute are just better than him today. He might just be having an off day. He could start tomorrow and absolutely win it. But I mean, I don't know what it is, whether it's he's not having a good day, it's just not his day today, just woke up on the wrong side of bed. I don't know, but he doesn't seem to be like 100%. He's like 99.9. There's just that 0.1% that's missing, that's affecting him.
He's not quite got it together.
Norris put it back in Q3. He's not going to let himself not qualify top 3. He's not one of them races.
I think he could finish 4th. I genuinely do. I just want to see Lando Norris qualify in the top 3, and I'm happy as Larry. Lando Norris in the top 3, Verstappen in the top 3. I don't know if I see Lewis there.
It's a possibility. Lewis does have this ability to nail it in Q3. A couple of comments. Father, the big guy. For fuck's sake, Carlos. Big Ferrari fan, I believe, is Father, the big guy. So, Carlos is currently out in Q2. And Daniel's saying knowing Hamilton will save it for Q3. Sulz, you were saying obviously Lewis will come back in Q3, which I do agree. He has that potential. But could we be seeing Lewis not get top 3? Is that a possibility?
I don't think so. I think it's one of those races. He'll go out again if he needs to, but I don't personally see it happening. I just think his attitude wouldn't let him get anything below top 3. They've got arguably the best car in Formula 1. Obviously, I want to say Red Bull first, but I just don't see it happening personally. I think he will end up just pulling it out of somewhere. And it's Q3. Q3 is where they actually go all out. Q1 and Q2, if they need to, they will. But Hamilton didn't need to do it. He's saving the car for the final lap.
Yeah.
So,
but it would be a bit of a shock if he weren't to do that. Comment here from Daniel St. Maximin off Callum Wilson on. So change for Newcastle. Oh, well, that's great for Newcastle.
It looks like he's limping off. He doesn't seem to be walking normal.
No, that's not going very well for him.
Or he could just be tired. I don't know. He might be doing a Harry Kane, be like, fuck this, I can't be asked playing for these mugs all season.
The one thing to watch out for here at Imola is looking at traffic building up in turn 17s and 18 before they get onto a start-finish straight. Because the reason I say that is, it could get a bit hairy sort of towards the end as everyone's trying to get battle for the best position, which is a bit mad. FYI, also the start-finish straight. Obviously, if you watched Formula One last year and you know Imola from back in the days of 2006, before then, you'll notice the start-finish straight is closer to turn 17 and 18. It gives you a longer run into turns 1 and 2 and 3 into the chicane. Just a little bit of there. So tomorrow the race will be very important to see in that sort of run into turn 1, 2, and 3. Obviously the chicane. As I say, I'm assembling a good panel for that one. Also, make sure you're tuned in for later on today. We'll have match reaction of today's FA Cup semi-final between Manchester City and Chelsea, or Chelsea and Manchester City, whichever way it is. Whoever's got the home dressing room at Wembley Stadium will have that one as well. Hull just equalised 1-1. I don't know who they're playing.
Who's playing today? Is it Chelsea?
Chelsea, Man City.
Yeah, I thought so.
Feyland Mende is injured apparently. That'll be good for Chelsea. That'll be very good. It will be a very interesting Champions League game in 2 weeks' time. Obviously, all previews for teams that have fans. So Chelsea United and Arsenal that are still in Europe will have match previews to their games, and we'll have, of course, match reactions of their games as well. It got a bit heated between the Arsenal boy and the United boys on Thursday night. Sulz leaving Luke to fight them on his own, but Luke doing a great job at it. I'm not gonna lie.
He absolutely put them in a split. I'm not even playing.
I loved watching it.
Well, what do you expect from cheating mofos, innit? They can't.
Yes. Last night
Sulz
in the quiz,
Sulz is never gonna let anybody forget this.
The man goes, "Oh no, my mum walked into my room." Yeah, at the exact time you've realised, ooh, 4-1. What happened? Your mum came in and some divine revelation came down.
The thing is, the referee booked him and then sent him off and deducted that point.
You know what the funny thing is? He goes, lads, just hear me out. I didn't cheat, but I think it could be 4-1.
You go from 2-0 to like 4-1 randomly.
Not knowing the score, not knowing the team, not knowing the year, to all of a sudden, out of just.
They got the year. I must admit, they did get the year.
They had the year, and then all of a sudden it was 2-0. It was 2-0. Everyone was like, yeah, it's 2-0. And then RJ's camera goes off, and it comes back on again. It's like 4-1. Like,
but in the league table, it is currently Chelsea and Arsenal joint second, and United and Liverpool joint first. So. Getting very, very, very tight. We'll see. Next week's quizzes are going to be a lot harder because that's the way it is. Yeah, RJ. Also, there will be a new limit. You get 30 seconds to look at the picture.
I was going to say, put a limit because that one picture they got far too long. Like way.
There'll be a time limit.
Like, come on.
There'll be a time limit of 30 seconds.
You know, the whole show is just that one picture.
Literally, that one picture took over the whole.
No, that's why I kept coming here. I go, come on, now you've got to move on. You can't give them that much time.
Daniel saying Argyle are winning now. Well done, Argyle. You're actually doing something. Congratulations. They're playing Burton, which is actually quite a surprise because Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank doing a fairly good job at Burton. So yeah, well done, Argyle. I won't celebrate
Argyle are 1 up.
Yeah. Who scored?
Hardy in the 69th minute.
Do love a bit of Ryan Hardy. He's a beautiful, beautiful human. We bought him from Blackpool.
I didn't realise you were that far into the game. You're in the 70th minute now.
Yeah,
so it's not actually.
We all kicked off at 12:30 because of His Royal Highness Prince Philip's funeral at 3 p.m.
Oh yes, I forgot about that.
All football has been obviously moved forward or put back.
Yes, Lando, Purple Sector 1.
Yes, Lando. 1.14.875.
Right. Ricardo's got a 1.8.
And Ricardo's got a 1.16.0.65, and Ocon's got 1.15.902.
It's Gazio the 1.15.3. Daniel saying love Jim Floyd Hasselbank. Yeah, he's a good lad. He's doing well at Burton. If you don't check it out, every Monday on the first 11, I am there at 7 or 6:30, whichever one we decide to go with. Talking all things Leagues 1 and 2. So make sure you check into that as well and give Indiana a bit of support. Hamilton's
gone ahead 114.411. Verstappen's 114.502. So Norris is now No, I'm sorry, Norris. You need to go do another lap. Go on, off you go.
How is Ricardo? I'm sorry, we need to talk about Ricardo. How is fucking Ricardo 2 seconds behind Norris?
Look,
really dropped.
I'm assuming that he's still adjusting to the McLaren. Obviously, it's his first season in the McLaren this year. I think that's similar to why Carlos Sainz is struggling at Ferrari. Assume it's adjusting to the car, but it is a hefty drop off. I won't lie. It is a hefty drop off, a big drop off. Velvet Swan saying, I love Harvey Elliott. He's a good lad, but he's got a weird haircut. Like he looks like he's a homeless guy, but yeah, he's a good lad, isn't he?
Yeah,
Well, I just need Norris
Oh, no,
to redo his lap, please. Like, come on.
Oh, you can't see. I don't know. I don't know about that. Indiana is probably the person to talk to about that. I wouldn't have a clue. Wouldn't have a Scooby.
Why is Norris not redoing his lap, man?
Because he's going to wait. So there's only 6 minutes of quali left. So what will happen is they'll all go out at the end. They'll take 2 laps. They'll do one at the start, one at the end. So don't worry too much about Lando. He'll do another lap. They only get set a certain amount of tires as well. Daniel saying, and Hamilton will come out of nowhere. Yes, you did. You did say that. And West Ham have scored. It's 2-1, I believe. 2-1. I mean, I'm not watching.
Oh, no. Newcastle, don't bottle it, please.
But yeah, all the cars are in the pit, so I'll run through the top 10 for you. Lewis with the first, Verstappen second, Perez third, Lando Norris fourth, Leclerc fifth, Bottas sixth, Gasly seventh, Ocon eighth, Ricciardo ninth, and Lance Stroll is 10th. Not set a time at the moment. Daniel saying VAR doing something right onside. Oh, right. VAR doing something right onside, I'm presuming.
Yeah, but I need West Ham to lose.
If you haven't checked out the Liverpool show, 8 p.m. last night, I actually had a pillow behind my head whilst they all fought over Genie Wijnaldum. It was brilliant to watch.
Oh, is he offside? Hold on, they're reviewing it. He might be offside. And it looks like he is offside. His arm is.
Oh, for fuck's sake. There's another armpit one. I've got to love the armpit offsides. But
no,
yeah,
it's a goal. It's a goal.
Yeah. 5 minutes left in qualifying at the moment. Big laps needed for Verstappen, Perez, Norris, Leclerc, and Valtteri Bottas currently in 6th. That's not good enough for him. Not good enough in the slightest. Big laps needed all for them. We'll see who gets P1 and who will be on the front of the grid in Ps1 and 2. Big laps needed. Sulz has just joined us ready for Q3, the last bit, the shootout. In terms of the last laps for the boys, big laps needed. And I just spotted Valtteri Bottas in 6th, needing a vast improvement on his lap. Because obviously Lewis is first, but Verstappen and Perez second and third at the moment. So big lap needed from Valtteri, isn't it?
100%. He's a weird one, man. He's got one of the best cars, but he's so shit. I don't rate him.
I agree with that. Don't forget, tomorrow we'll have the race and Arsenal match reaction after the race. I'll sort all of that out later on for timings. We'll also have a Chelsea City reaction tonight. I'm assembling a panel. I haven't sorted that out yet. I am assembling the panel. Chelsea are very easy to sort because there's so many of you. There's so many of your fans that like talking about their club. So Chelsea are sorted in terms of match reactions. I love it. We'll also have match reaction for Burnley United tomorrow, Arsenal Fulham. The race tomorrow, I'm assembling a good panel there. And at 9 p.m. tomorrow, the Checkered Flag show where me and a panel will discuss everything that's happened over the weekend, whether that be what's happened in qualifying, what's happened in the race. We'll talk about everything to do with Formula One, so make sure you tune in for that. Also get your questions in ready for tomorrow. If there's anything you want to know, whether that be something about the cars, about the tracks, about the regulations, put your comments in and I'll see if me and the panel can answer that for you. Sulz, I think you said you were going to be there for that tomorrow, didn't you?
You said 8 o'clock, yeah? I think you said
9.
Oh, 9 o'clock. Yeah, should be good.
Yeah. No, I did 8, but I thought 9 would be better. Just push it back an hour.
Yeah, no, because I would have eaten by then. That should be.
Yeah. No, I feel that is. I want to sort that out. That's why the Arsenal show may get pushed back to 9ish. I'm not sure. I need to talk that with Sulz, because obviously for the month of Ramadan, obviously Sulz and other Muslims fast during the day. You're not allowed to drink or eat, are you?
None of it, yeah.
Not even water, I believe, if I'm correct there.
You're correct, yeah.
I am correct. See, I'm learning. So obviously, after, is it sunlight after the day's been?
So basically, sunrise is when you can stop eating, and then sunset is when you're allowed to eat again. So it's like that's the easiest way to say it.
Yeah. So obviously, will be eating quite a lot at about 8ish because he's starved himself.
You know what? You actually don't eat a lot. You'll end up losing so much weight.
Yeah.
Like,
of course. But no,
no. You don't get a 6-pack.
If it's 2-2, I'm going to be fuming right now. Someone better hold me back. Like I'm telling you now, it's that like Velvet don't be messing with me. There's 2-2.
I mean, two people have literally been. One's Costy Bruce, so I'm sure it must be 2-2. I'm a little bit behind on that, so I don't know.
Daniel, penalty to West Ham. While we're at it, Sulz, what's your prediction for the Arsenal game? Fuck you, Steve Bruce. It's 2-2.
Oh yeah,
I'm pissed.
They have a penalty.
I think they do. Yeah, I'm a little bit behind. I'm watching in the app, so I'm a bit behind.
Yeah, I'm watching on Now TV for the Formula One.
Yeah.
But the laps are coming in. Lewis is going to set
goes second.
Lewis doesn't go faster, so he is gonna. He's done. Lewis is done. He's not gonna set another lap. He might do, but he's certainly not going.
Norris is sick. Lando Norris is sick.
Times will keep coming through now. Leclerc is going to be next across the line. Leclerc goes 4th. Perez doesn't improve his time. Oh, Perez goes 2nd. What can Max do? Max doesn't improve. Max will start 3rd tomorrow. I presume they'll all go for another lap. We'll see. I'm looking at a driver tracker at the moment. Bottas is coming into turn 17 and 18. Daniel's saying they haven't took the penalty just yet. But yeah, Lando Norris has had his lap time deleted. Lando's for track limits. What Bottas is he going into pits? Bottas is going into pits.
Lance Stroll's basically done. He's pitted, so he's going to be
Hamilton is also going into pits. Is anyone going to set a faster lap? That's the question.
Ooh, Sergio Perez was really close.
No one is setting faster laps.
No, I think they're all pitting now.
Everyone has done their job.
I did say Hamilton will put it out.
I'm just checking to see if Lando is going into pits. Lando does.
He might not, because his lap got deleted. He might try.
No, it's 2-2.
Yeah, for me, it's officially 2-2. Lingard puts it in.
Stroll also goes into the pits. So everyone set their laps. Everyone has set their laps for qualifying. Pole position goes to Lewis Hamilton. Lewis Hamilton on pole with a 1:14.4. Sergio Perez 3rd with a 1:14.44. And Max Verstappen with a 3rd with a lap time of 1:14.49. Charles Leclerc with a 1:14.74. Gasly 5th with a 1:14.79. Daniel Ricciardo actually out-qualifies Lando Norris. And Norris with lap time deleted as well. He'll start in 7th. Valtteri Bottas is going to start in 8th. What a big one from him. And Esteban Ocon 9th. And Lance Stroll did not set a lap time, so he will be 10th. But the big news is Valtteri Bottas in 8th. So start us off with that one, mate.
I told you he's shit. I don't rate him because to be the number one, right? You've got the same car as your partner, and you're that behind him. Goes to me like you don't know how to race. Because you got one of the best cars in Formula One, and you're struggling to come second even in the previous season. Like, you've not really pushed Hamilton. Hamilton's just one of those who's self-driven. And I said it, man. This is Red Bull's week, man. I'm telling you, in the race week, I'm telling you, Verstappen's winning this race.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Yeah, I agree. To be honest, he definitely seems on the ball this weekend. He really does.
For the fact that Valtteri Bottas is 8th, I don't think Mercedes are going to have a good race point week.
Is it 3-2? Sorry, I'm really sorry, guys. My life is just about to come.
I don't know. Not for me yet. So I don't know.
8C Bruce, for fuck's sake, Bruce. Newcastle have one fucking job.
You know, Willock should sign for like
Bruce
a Newcastle.
It's 3-2.
3-2. Joe Willock. Joe Willock with a goal. Newcastle 3. West Ham 2.
I'm not even lying. I'm so happy right now.
But back to the Formula One. Lewis goes first. Sulz, you said that Lewis would pull it out of the bag, and he truly has pulled it out of the bag.
Yeah, it's just not like him. I'm not saying he should have got first, but it's not like him not to come top 3. He's just one of those types of racers who he'll keep going until he gets top 3.
I get that. I mean, I respect Lewis as a driver. I mean, he's good at what he does. He seems unstoppable at the minute. Would I like to see someone different win the F1 this year? Absolutely. Do I want to see someone but Lewis Hamilton do it? Yeah. I'm just kind of, I know this is going to sound really awful, but I'm bored of seeing Lewis Hamilton win. Like, when you just see someone win every year and it's the same person winning every year, like it doesn't become interesting because there's no there's going to be a close race. Like, it's going to be, who's going to win? Like, it's kind of just a bit dead. Whereas I'd like to see a bit of a closer race this year, like, to be honest.
Yeah, no, I fully get that. Obviously, the top 3 is Lewis with Sergio Perez and Max Verstappen. So a big race tomorrow for Red Bull. But guys, we're going to end it there. We don't want to go into too much analysis because that's sort of what the Checkered Flag show is going to be all about as well. But before we do go, obviously, Sulz, you won't be here tomorrow because you'll be watching some team in London. So who's your top 3 predictions after now we've seen qualifying?
Do you know what? Yes, I'll say in order, because I know that's what you want. I think it'll be Verstappen first, Hamilton second, and Sergio Perez third.
That's a good shout. What about you, Charles?
I think Verstappen's going to be first for me personally. I think Hamilton, it'll be close, but I think Hamilton will be second. Who I'd like to see and who I think's going to be third are going to be a different story. I would like to see Lando Norris in third. I think everyone knows that I just appreciate that. I think Perez could do it, to be honest. I think Sulz is right. Like, I think he could catch it there. Bottas could. It's like I feel like third place is a little bit more open to debate than second and first.
Yeah, no, I totally agree with that. I won't do my prediction because I'll be back here tomorrow. Of course, I'll be back here tomorrow for the race. Assembly. Well, mate, I'll be giving my prediction before the race. We'll be here 20 minutes or 25 minutes or 30 minutes. I haven't decided yet. Ready for tomorrow's race. I'm assembling a good panel, as I keep saying. We might even see Jeannie appear, which will be mega. Charles, you coming back tomorrow?
Absolutely, I will be back tomorrow.
We will have Charles, who will be here for the race tomorrow as well. Absolutely loving it. Chris will be here tomorrow. Big up to Chris.
What time's the race?
The race is at 2, I believe.
Do you know what? I can watch them both. I'll jump in for as long as I can.
Yeah, I mean, if
I have to go, I'll go. Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll also have Sulz tomorrow. He's just informed us. I'm checking it. I'm checking it for you. I'm checking. The time.
I mean, I'll be there for as long as I can. Obviously, if it runs into other things, then I'll go. But I don't think it will. I think it should be good.
Well, the race. Well, Arsenal are playing at
1:30.
1:30. Yeah, the race is at 2 tomorrow.
Yeah, it should be good. I'll watch them both. I'll have the Formula 1 on it.
We love to see it.
I'm going to watch it anyway, so I may as well jump in.
Yes, we absolutely love to see it. So we'll also have Sulz tomorrow. That is going to be good. I'm excited for that as well. That's how I'm assembling it. We believe it or not, us football fans on Let's Talk Premier League, we've got a few Formula One diehards who like it as well. We might even see Tom on the Checkered Flag show. So yeah, make sure you join us for all of that. But that's all for the F1. As I said, Let's Talk Premier League will be back later on with the FA Cup review, match reaction of Chelsea versus City. Big semi-final game in the FA Cup. Tomorrow we'll obviously have the race, match reaction to Arsenal Fulham, and we'll also have match reaction of United and Burnley. Also 9 p.m. Checkered Flag show, basically reviewing all the things that have happened over the weekend within Formula One. Any questions, as I said, whether that be technical questions, whether that be just any sort of questions you've got, then get them in and we'll answer them. They could be about the track, about the drivers, about regulations, technical car stuff. It could be anything. So make sure you join in tomorrow for the Checkered Flag show. We'll try to answer your questions. But yes, make sure you join us. I believe City are playing. Well, Chelsea City's. Is it 6:30?
5:30.
5:30. So match reaction will be at 7:30 today for that one. So make sure you tune in for that. Let's hope for a Mason Mount masterclass because I do love that boy. That boy is a good one. But yeah, it's all done. Lewis is all by himself on the top. He'll be starting first tomorrow. Max Verstappen and Sergio Perez, third and second, respectively. We'll see what they can do tomorrow. Big race. Valtteri Bottas qualified 8th. He's got some work to do tomorrow, hasn't he? So make sure you tune in tomorrow. We'll be live around about 1:30. But make sure you check out at Let's Talk EPL or on Twitter and Let's Talk EPL _ on Instagram. That's where I'll be posting what time we will go live tomorrow. So make sure you tune in for that. But Charles, where can they find you?
You can find me on Strong TV, my YouTube channel. We're doing I've got the Wine and Football show this afternoon, and then we got the Watchalong tonight. Yeah, check it out. Make sure you can follow me on Twitter if you'd like at Charles_Strong. And please, give this channel a subscribe. If you're not subscribing to this channel, what are you doing with your life? 5 seconds of freedom just to subscribe to this channel, and you're not doing that. What are you doing with your life?
100%. And Sulz, where can they find
obviously you? They can find me on here, pretty much co-hosting shows now, and obviously subscribe. We've got F1. There's more to come. Summer's going to be a madness, obviously. All under wraps, but all will be revealed. So stay tuned. Obviously, follow my Twitter as well at Let's Debate 40. Follow the Let's Talk Premier League on there at Let's Talk EPL, because that's where you'll first know of something, and then obviously the videos will come after. So, and obviously you can find me on my YouTube channel, Gunnar Sulz, and yeah, that's about it.
Yeah, 100%. Obviously, Sulz a big contributor to the channel. Basically, co-owner. He basically co-owns it with me. Really helps out a lot. So make sure you go check out everyone. All links are in the description, so you have no excuses. You have zero excuses. So I do expect to see you following or subscribing to them. That is with the guarantee. I do expect that. Absolutely. Daniel saying it will be after 7:30. It could go to extra time. Well, yeah, of course. If it's done in the 90, it'll be at 7:30. If it's not done in the 90 and we have extra time, it'll be 10 minutes after the game. Let's put it that way. It'll be 10 minutes after the game. Originally, it will be scheduled for 7:30, but obviously, if it goes to extra time or penalties, that will be mega. So yeah. Make sure you check out our YouTube channel, Twitter page to find out the times for that. Velshwan and Daniel saying no dislike, success.
Don't do this because someone's going to dislike it now. Come on.
Love it. It's fine. But it's been a great stream. I've enjoyed it. I love a bit of Formula One. Sulz and Charles have been absolutely brilliant. And yeah, we'll be back, as I say, later today for Chelsea City FA Cup semi-final. And then we'll be back tomorrow. Big day of content for you all tomorrow. 4 shows, 1 watch along, 2 match reactions, and a checkered flag show. Make sure you tune in for all of them tomorrow. Thank you for watching, and we will see you later.